Hi, good afternoon. Today I'm going to be making my version of a beef fowl. So we're going to need some beef, some dried chilli, a couple of onions, a couple of really big nasty chilies, Scotch bonnets there, garlic, ginger, garam masala, turmeric, paprika, cumin seeds, fenugreek seeds, and chopped tomatoes, and obviously salt, pepper, and a little bit of oil. So I'll just get started and I'll come back to you very, very shortly. Okay, so onion doesn't feel very well actually, but I'll look at it first. No, you can see there, look. So this onion's been bruised, it's been dropped at some point, so all this bit around the outside there is quite translucent, and it smells. So that one's for the bin. It's not a particularly bad smell, it just doesn't smell right, so rather than putting it in there, I'll use a fresh one. You can actually, strangely enough, you can feel it before you even sort of cut into it. If it feels a little bit soft, just check it before you do, and then you know what you're dealing with. So all I'm doing is I'm going to chop this into rough quarters because it's all going into a food processor. So I'll take off a couple of layers of the outside just to get back to the proper onion. Hot one, and it is. Then it needs to sort of mellow. Now these, as I say, these are Scotch bonnet chilies, and I'm actually going to de-seed these ones today. Now normally I don't, but normally these are the only ones I put in, so because I'm putting quite a lot of the dried chilies in as well, I'm actually going to take the seeds out from these. Now then, so you have to be a little bit more careful today, because where the cracky, I can even smell that from here, and these are raw. So where the heat is with these is on the veins, so the white bits inside, and obviously the actual seeds itself. So the idea is to get, see these bits here, is to get your knife and take that whole thing out with the seeds on. See it better on that one there, look. You see how that's on like a vein inside there. Take the whole thing out. Same with the red one. Now, I would actually say to you that if you are very sensitive to chilies, and let's be fair, we all are to a certain extent, correct? Then I would advise you to wear gloves while you do this. I always make the same mistake. I never do it. I always advise it, never do it, and then I'll go and, go to scratch my eyes later on when I'm tired and be jumping around like a nutcase. But that's my problem, not yours. Just take that bit out there. That's that bit. There we go. Right, so these are the bits that are going to go into the processor, and we'll do that now. Just put the beef to one side for now. your favourite little blender. Now, even though I've taken the chilli seeds out, that's still going to be very, very spicy. So I want it to quite a smooth paste, this one. Just take that off for now. And just push that all back down to the bottom. Just to get a nice consistent blend on it. Oh, wow, that's properly spicy. Okay, so that's that done. But it's not paste. If you wanted it pasty, you could do, but you'll need to add either a little bit of oil or a little bit of water just to loosen that up. Right, so just spin you around. I'm actually just going to pause you for a short time. Right, so you can see I've got myself a nice oven pan there. I'm just putting the oven on to 190, which is what I want for the chilli. So that's the oven on. In the meantime, just get this warmed up a little bit. So I'll just put a little bit of oil in there to start it off. That's probably a couple of teaspoons. Just to wait for that to heat up a little bit. Then we want some cumin seeds and fenugreek in there first of all. Just wait for the oil to heat up a little bit. This is pan. God, I wouldn't even like to think how old this is. It's one of Joanne's pans that she bought back from France loads of years ago before we met, so it's at least, I'm going to say 15 years old. So into there. Two teaspoons of cumin seeds. The oil's not even warm yet, it's not even started to fry, that's how thick the pan is. And one of fenugreek. Just let that for a short while. Just run it around the rest of the pan to get it coated a little bit. Once they start to fry, you can start to hear them now. You see them starting to go. So give them just a few minutes to start releasing their fragrance and oil. Once they do that, then in with the onion mixture. That's not on very high though, so you're not going to burn them. That's now starting to smell quite nice. So you got that on the way, in with the onions, the garlic, the ginger, the chilies. Turn that up a bit now because we've got plenty of stuff in there now. I'm not going to put the extractor fan on now because obviously I'm showing you, but ideally I think what you need is the extractor fan on at this point because those chilies are very, very hot. They will take your breath away and likely to make you cough. So if you're doing this at home, then extractor fan on probably. If I wasn't recording it, I would have the extractor fan on by now. So just mix that up, get the seeds in amongst the onions, and then just leave it for a short while. You want it to try and get some of the moisture out from the onions as you cook them through to get them translucent and get some of the a little bit of caramelisation on them maybe as well. Don't want it burning though. If you find that this starts to stick to the bottom of your pan, just give it a little bit of extra oil and a stir around again, loosen it off. Right, so now we're starting to lose some of the, we're starting to get a little bit of coloration around there, look, for the onions. So I'm now going to put in that's paprika, garam masala, one and a half of garam masala, and one turmeric. Give that a bit of a good stir. Right, so we now want to go in with the beef. Get the beef coated in that. It's like a sludge, I suppose, really. Doesn't sound very appetising, does it? But it is, it's lovely. So give that a good stir around. Get that good, well coated. There we go. I'm going to have to change that because it's too small. You can taste the chilies coming off that already. Tastes delicious. Right, so that's 10 tomatoes, and you want some water as well in there. So in the same tin that you've got your tomatoes, I just put almost a whole tin of water as well, just to make the most out of that. That's it. Bring that to the boil. Give it a good stir. And that's your basis for your curry. Excuse me. I'm also going to just give a little bit of a seasoning, so a little bit of salt in there. Now I'm not going to put any more chilies in until I know how hot it is, because what you don't want to do is make something that nobody can eat. So that's as much as I'm doing at the moment with that one. And as I've always said, if you're cooking with tomatoes, you just need a little bit of sugar in just to even it out. It's the old sweet and sour and heat principle. So that'll just give the spice a bit of a balance with the sweetness there. Without using sugar, you can use honey or palm sugar or anything like that. So that's that now, and that's going to go lid on and into the oven for about an hour and a half, and I'll come back to you and let you know how it's going.